Well, things are certainly getting interesting. Confusing, but still interesting. I think you'll see what I mean in a sec. Greetings fellow Vita fans, this is James with PS Vita at 2 AM, coming at you once again with another confusing video. Excitingly confusing. Yeah, let's go with that. And if you're new here and love everything PlayStation Vita, don't forget to subscribe. And make sure to leave me your thoughts and opinions because I know you guys are definitely going to have something to say about this one down in the comment section below. So as the title and thumbnail would indeed imply, it seems that recently, in fact very recently, we have gotten what appears to be leaked image for a PlayStation Vita 2. I knew that hot bod looked very familiar to me. Hashtag I have weird fetishes. And the part of me wants to say an official leak for a potential PS Vita 2 image, but as leaks go, it's kind of one of those things where you just kind of gotta take it with a grain of salt. So let's take a taste of that salt right now. Hope you like salty things. So this whole situation started by an individual by the name of Daniel, whose Twitter tag is Zone of Tech, and he is a very big influencer both on YouTube and on Twitter. As you can see from his numbers, he is quite big. Hashtag I'm not jealous. And he very recently got his hands on what appears to be a leaked image of a PS Vita 2 from Sony, with his post on Twitter straightforwardly saying, "Stay tuned," with those like cartoon anime eyes or whatever. Straight and to the point though, I like it. Now normally with something like this, it would just be kind of, is what it is, and maybe we'll just have to see. As the more digging I did with this, they were alluding to the point that this was going to be shown off at Sony's next showcase and or State of Play. And at that point, I was salivating all over my keyboard. But believe it or not, it got even more interesting as time went on, because another individual on Twitter by the name of PS Vortex Podcast got very curious about this post and decided to ask an individual who is an official, and yeah, in this situation I would certainly qualify them as an official leaker named The Snitch. I mean, the username says it all. Nice handlebar mustache too, dude. They put John Alvarado to shame if I didn't feel it was just a stock image. Now, from what we know about this individual, it is rumored that he actually works for YouTube and keeps a close eye on some of the big gaming channels on YouTube. So let's say Sony themselves uploads, for instance, videos that they have private or unlisted of potential content that is yet to be announced. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Of course, him working at YouTube, he's able to see these videos and know pretty much what's coming up and then leak them to everybody else. And from what we've been hearing, his track record appears to be very good. At that point, I was salivating a lot on my keyboard. Shortly thereafter, the Snitch did in fact respond to Daniel's post saying Sony Showcase won't show anything related to that. At that point, I stopped salivating on my keyboard. So this individual named PS Vortex decided to contact the Snitch, or in this case tag him, and ask him, hey, did Insider_WTF low-key confirm the existence of a PlayStation Vita 2? That's the Snitch, by the way. I'll believe anything this fine individual says given his track record. A portable PlayStation that can eventually become a PS Plus premium powerhouse with native download support, streaming PS5 games, sign me up. And let it be known that I agree 100% with that. Day one purchase, baby. Sign me up as well. And this was all due to what the Snitch said about the Sony Showcase not having anything like that to show, which got some people speculating that maybe they are going to show something like that, just not going to show something like that right now. At least that's the way a lot of people translated that. I.e., we're being teased here, people. And the Snitch did in fact reply back to this individual saying, I didn't. Well, somebody apparently is lying here. But who? So at this point, speculation and rumors were abound. Because this is the internet, of course they are. Some people were on Daniel's side saying that yes, he is in fact a big influencer on the web, and thus this image just has to be legit, while other people took the Snitch's side because of his track record being good, and him saying that Sony won't be showing anything like that. Especially since all of this was being alluded to the fact that this was going to be shown off in one of Sony's future events. But hold on to your butt, because it gets even more fascinating here. The more digging that I did on this subject, I actually found that the source that this image came from was also from a legitimate leaker. So at this point, yeah, we got two legitimate leakers here, both denying each other, just like my past relationships. And even to this day, there are still individuals online that are debating back and forth on whether or not this image is legit or not. You know, now that I think about it, just looking at this whole situation from face value here, it seems like something that you'd see on Jerry Springer back in the day. It just with less chair throwing. At the very least, I will say here, it makes for fascinating discussion. Whose side do you take on all this? Now, for me personally, this is one of those situations again where I'm just kind of on the fence with this. I'm not really sure what to believe regarding the situation, especially since we have what appears to be two very good sources here from both sides. I mean, can't I just love both of them? But however, since me staying on the fence is kind of a boring answer, I will say that if I were to guess on this whole situation, I would say that this image is in fact a legit image from Sony. Because over the years we have heard that Sony has many different handhelds in its possessions that they usually never end up doing much with, which is, I guess, pretty obvious at this point. They're just kind of prototypes and what ifs and whatnot. And that's kind of where I'm leaning with this one here. I think it is in fact something that they have, but will they mass produce it, or is it just another proof of concept that they probably won't do anything with? I think that's where the biggest question here lies. And personally speaking here, I think it's long overdue that we receive a new handheld from Sony in the market. Although now that I think about it, if that did happen, I would have to change the channel's name. Because with the success of both the Steam Deck and the Switch, which needless to say have really revitalized the handheld market outside of Japan, it's just not big over there anymore, I think Sony could do very well in it if they really stayed focused and true to the actual handheld, marketed it properly, and supported it properly with big name games, because those are the system sellers when it comes right to it at the end of the day. Oh, and give us more Taco Bell commercials too, because those are always beautiful. And I believe Sony can do it. I really do think they can. There's more than enough room for another handheld on the market, in my personal opinion. And Taco Bell commercials. But guys, now we've reached that part of the video where I have to ask you, how do you feel about this whole situation? Whose side are you on? Do you think that this image is in fact a leaked picture of a PS Vita 2? Or do you think that this image means nothing at all? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below in the comments section, where we can have a nice discussion about it, and probably a flame war too. Let's just be real here, it's the internet. Oh, and let me know if you're hungry for Taco Bell after watching this. And as always, fellow Vita fans, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It really means a lot to me. Love you all, and I'll see you next time. This video has been brought to you in part by all of these wonderfully generous supporters who help make this content possible, so a huge thank you goes out to Dr. Super Artie, Ricardo Martinez, Donut Valley, Nintendo Switch at 2 AM, Azumara, 1488 Dental, Rizal Pliskin, Buzz Sayin, Matt Hargett, Mazgus, Tasha Monty, Eric DeWitt, Juan M. Hermosillo, Burrs and Mystery, Kayonko, Hector Gonzalez, Jamie, PSP Guru, Starlight Mirror, Lacerated 87, No Good, Aridri, Franz Hartle, Sabin Fire, Chris Foxhound, Catherine.uk, Meshuga360, Shin Snake, Alan Iwazuk, Zakrito, Airkick72, Bushan Ryu Cat, Milk Sama, Neorashi, Reiko Star, Matt Fox, B Mystery, Makis Blob, Berserker Games, Randy Azadech, Michael O'Connor, H-Hitter, Jale, Joseph Shavak, Richard Cruz, PS Vita S, Adam Sondi, Hero Acer, Rodrigo Vera, Crazy Cat, Heston Joseph, Kevin Enright, Jared Hado, VG Legends, Claimer Malarkey, BMF, Sculpture Tugel TCG, Adam Thury, Per Sterner, Silica, JR, Kyle Brooks, Saul Ramirez, Phantom XRS, David Ray, Wendy K, Himdall Imbert, and Gutter Drums. Oh, and a huge thank you and shout out to Michael Marchand and Blaine Locklear for the recent outside donations. If you would be interested in supporting the channel and gaining access to a number of perks, including having your name featured on the end credits of these videos, or if you wish to remain anonymous, that can be provided too, then make sure to check the links down in the description below. I have numerous ways for you to do this down there. Can't support in this manner? Don't worry about it. I also have some affiliate links from both Amazon and PlayAsia for anyone who is interested in purchasing something from them. Basically, the way it works is so long as you use one of those links to just access their website, then anything you purchase afterwards, a small commission will go to help support this content at no extra cost to you, the consumer. I also have channel merchandise available, and of course, as always, likes and shares can help equally as much. You know, we had a very fascinating discussion on this video here today, but one question still remains on my mind. How does Sony feel about all this? I mean, this image was leaked after all, but if it's regarding a PS Vita 2, they probably could care less. Unless, of course, it does end up being real, in which case, they do.